Hi, I'm Rick Kahler, and thanks for joining me. Well, this time of year, family budgets are already strained by holiday giving, travel, and the seasonal entertaining. The last thing anyone needs is an extra bill for the furnace going out, a big car repair, or an expensive trip to the emergency room. Payments like these are common budget busters. They come under the category we usually think of as being unforeseen or one-time or unexpected expenses. We tend to be surprised by them. I hear clients say things like, well, these are the expenses that I just feel are out of my control. But are they really out of our control? Should it really come as a surprise that houses and cars and human bodies need maintenance over time? That water heaters and roofs and furnace, they don't last forever? That tires wear out and people get sick and have accidents? Being unable to manage unscheduled costs like repairs and medical bills is one of the biggest reasons people give for being unable to follow a spending plan, or in its former life we called it a budget. Even if items such as maintenance and medical expenses are included as budget categories, most people don't follow through and create savings accounts for these unforeseen expenses that are so very predictable. A spending plan, by its very nature, requires anticipating these surprises. The idea is to deposit the budgeted amounts into a savings account on a monthly basis. This will ensure that the money is there when the unexpected happens. The biggest resistance to doing this is having less to spend on lifestyle expenses like eating out, entertainment, clothes, and things like that. However, not funding these predictable, unexpected expenses is painful evidence that people are probably living beyond their means. If you chronically have trouble covering expenses like these, here's some suggestions. First, change your definition. Instead of thinking of repairs, medical expenses, and the like as unexpected, begin to describe them as intermittent, unscheduled expenses. Don't let them surprise you. After all, you may not know precisely when they're coming, but you do know that sooner or later they are coming. Next, take an inventory. Go through your checkbook, go through your bank statements, find out exactly what you have spent over the last 12 months. You can't move forward until you know where you're starting from. It's essential to create a spending plan based on what you actually spend, rather than what you think you spend. Most of us think we spend about 35% less than what we really do spend. Next, look to the future. Get down in writing what you expect to spend in the next 12 months, including those unscheduled expenses that you know perfectly well are going to pop up at very inconvenient times. Be as realistic as you can about these costs. If you over budget for them, you still come out ahead because you'll end up with extra savings in the bank. And my final recommendation is to start small if you need to, but the important thing is to start. If you're just getting by from paycheck to paycheck, setting money aside for unscheduled costs isn't an easy thing to do. Yet, putting money away for future expenses is an essential part of breaking out of the month-to-month trap and beginning to get ahead. Take a cold, hard look at your expenses with an eye to funding a few extra dollars here and there that you can put into savings. Even small amounts will make a big difference. Developing the habit of expecting the unexpected is one of the differences between those who manage their money consciously and well and those who seem to be unable to catch up. Planning for unscheduled expenses goes a long way toward reducing financial stress. It can help you make sure your holiday surprises are wonderful ones, those that are under the tree instead of painful ones over your budget. Thanks for joining me.